Josh Conerly Jr., tackle out of Oregon, getting a top 30 visit to the Bears was music to my ears. And I'll tell you why. Let's get it cracking. Yo, 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 no maniacs, super no maniacs, and everybody in between. Welcome to another edition of Feed the Bears. And this one is a pretty special one. And first of all, shout out to Jay, Chicago Jay from Just Another Year in Chicago. Saw his video and didn't know that, they had already scheduled top 30 visits. And I don't know that the Bears even announced it yet, but I guess he got wind from a reporter out of the Oregon area that listed his Josh Connolly's top 30 visits, and Chicago was one. I was so pleased to hear about it because, often I get asked, you know, outside of Will Campbell, no matter who do you think is the best tackle or left tackle in this draft? And this is a very old player card. And so Josh Connolly was profiled one of the first or second shows that we did as far as the prospects go. So this card was done a while ago. And right away, when you turn on the tape, that athleticism of his is elite. Elite as a pass protector. He is elite. There's questions about how well will he execute in the run game. I don't know that I question that. I didn't see that being an issue when I looked at him on tape. I just, put his tape on again this morning. I already did his breakdown a while back, but just to refresh my mind to what I saw on film, man, he's a very, very impressive, naturally athletic tackle. He was down at the Senior Bowl, and he got reps on both sides of the ball as a tackle, as a guard. I don't know if I was as impressed of him on the right side as I am on the left side. I'm very convinced that he's a left tackle in this league. Perfectly built, athletic profile is off the chain, nice long arms, powerful hands, and that knee bend of his is so natural. You hear scouts talk about that all the time, and you probably wonder what that's all about. It's the knee bend is important because when it comes to sitting down on a pass rusher that's giving you a bull rush or some kind of power rush, if you naturally are able to bend your knees and sit down, that's a fundamental trait that you probably should have as a left tackle, and it's important. Now, some of the guys that you see at times, the really stiff guys, really, really stiff guys, it doesn't look very natural at all. And they suffer and struggle when it comes to power rushes. And so the more and more tape that you look at, the more and more you notice these kinds of little tendencies. You're looking for somebody that has natural knee bend. And when I say natural, you can see it. You can kind of see it, natural hip flexion, and that kind of thing is fluid. This guy was up until his sophomore year in high school, he was a running back. And so when I saw that, and shout out to NFL Draft Buzz, they do great bios on these guys. I don't agree with everything they say in some of these bios, but they did a great breakdown on him. And so it makes sense when you read stuff like that he was a high school running back up until his sophomore year when he transitioned on to as a tackle. Now, he won a prestigious high school award. He was awarded the nation's top offensive lineman, the Anthony Munoz Award. He was awarded the top offensive lineman in the country coming out of high school. He was the number one recruit coming out of high school. And so on to Oregon. Now, Oregon, I'm going to just fast forward to 2024 where I've seen most of the tape, and it is elite. I'm telling you guys, you need to watch Josh Connolly's 2024 film at Oregon. That offensive line might have been from tackle to tackle all the way across the line, the best offensive line in the country. That offensive line was built to win a championship this year. Absolutely. They just ran into a brick wall in the playoffs, and there went their season. But holy crap, that's a talented offensive line from one side to the other. It is talent all the way across that. But he is by far, in my opinion, the best offensive lineman on that team and one of the top tackles in this draft. And I'm not scared to say it. People ask me on a regular basis, do you think he's better than Will Campbell? Fundamentally, now I'm not going to lay it on too thick when it comes to this. Fundamentally, people have issues with Will Campbell's arm length and that kind of thing. That doesn't really bother me as much as it does some other people that really do this for a living. I think if you can do it against top talent in the SEC and do it on a regular basis. Like, to be honest with you, the only guy that I really seen Will Campbell lightweight struggle with was Landon Jackson out of Arkansas. And he's going to do that to everybody. He's that much of a beast. But Josh Conerly, I see no real struggles from him, not whatsoever. I mean, he is an absolute ideal left tackle. And so hearing that he would be coming to Chicago, it was like music to my ears. I really think highly of this kid. I would just encourage you guys, go check him out on tape, watch that natural athleticism, and his pass blocking is absolutely elite in my opinion. I didn't see really a flaw in his game as far as protecting the pass. I just really didn't. And I didn't see some of the complaints that I hear about Josh Conerly in the run game. I didn't see that either. You know, no offensive lineman is perfect every play in executing in the run game. I don't think he'll have a problem there whatsoever. But when I start thinking about bringing in some a qualified person to challenge Braxton Jones for that job, given the position we might be drafting in, I can't tell you exactly when or where he might get drafted, but he squarely, every time I look at a mock draft, he's squarely there after that 10th pick. I can't remember exactly when our next pick would be, but he's there every time. And this is an elite left tackle. And I think he's going to be elite in the league as well and play for a long time and probably win some Pro Bowls. That's how confident I am in Josh Conerly's traits and his characteristics as an offensive lineman. I think the world of him, and I want you guys to check him out. If you got some time, I'm telling you, he's a treat to watch. And I'm telling you now, what's going to flash to you guys right away is how elite his athleticism is, how well he mirrors against any kind of rush, whether it be bull rush, the speed rush around the edge, a counter move as a twist back inside. He mirrors it all well because of that elite athleticism. I'm telling you, sometimes I see a guy on film and I get over the moon about him. This is one of those players, definitely I would want to see in the Chicago Bears uniform. He's coming here for a visit. I don't know exactly when, but we'll talk about it when it happens. This is an elite tackle, you guys. Check out Josh Conerly Jr. from Oregon, 6'4", 315 pounds. You're going to love this guy. But that's what I got for this one. You guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button, man. Make sure you remember to check us out tomorrow on the Prospect Show. And I think that will be at 8 p.m. Central. We'll do that show. I'm thinking about doing some other daytime stuff. And I'll talk to you guys as I, filter my mind and get my mind set on what we might do. I'll talk to you guys about it. I think you might like this idea. But that's what I have for this one. Again, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you like this content, you want to see it keep coming out. And I'll leave you guys with these famous words. If you can think it and you can see it, there's no reason in the world why you cannot absolutely manifest it. Do not, and I repeat, do not be a prisoner of your own mind. But with that being said, I am